here? I mean,
Absolutely.
look at this. This is great. Oh, wait. There it is.
Yeah.
Looks like a good-looking family, doesn't it? Hey, you know, millions of Americans search frantically for ways to lose weight. And the answer, well, we got some for you today. We love it when the guy's here. Ed Jones and his beautiful daughter, Cady, from Nutrition World right there on Lee Highway. By the way, Cady, you will love Cady in a moment because she's becoming an expert, really, on a lot of nutritional things,
yes,
but beyond what you even know.
That's right.
you rely on Cady a lot, don't you?
I do.
All right, you ready, Ed? Let's go.
All right.
I just stand back and let you talk. By the way, we did take a picture of the thing that you wanted. So where do we want to start? Over here?
Well, what I wanted to talk about is the word microbiome. And it's a newer word, but it has to do with the bacteria that resides in our gut. When we have a super healthy gut, it's like the Amazon rainforest. This rainforest has the perfect amount of rain, oxygen, green things that grow, nutrition. And the reason it's perfect is because everything's in balance, unlike Americans' guts. 1 out of 4 people in this country have mental disorders, most of them being depression and anxiety, and they're on heavy-duty medicines. But the research is very, very clear that 90% of all your serotonin is made in the gut, not in your brain. So why would we be treating the brain when it's really the gut? Now, this information takes a long time to filter to the practicing physicians, so it's up to the person to take it upon themselves. Now, I use the example of if you have Thanksgiving dinner and you invite a whole bunch of your family and friends over, they're not you, but they're there to help support you and the dinner and the emotions and the joy and the good food. Well, that's the microbiome. That is what is in us that has to be friendly. If you invited people to your Thanksgiving dinner that were prisoners and all these and drug addicts, they're not going to be a happy Thanksgiving.
You're bringing up a great point because you know how you feel in a situation where you're uncomfortable and you're embarrassed about maybe what the person next to you is going to say.
Yes.
You know how your stomach is, and it messes up digestion. It's a horrible feeling.
Absolutely. And when you have an upset stomach, you usually are anxious, you're fearful, you're worried. Well, that's not because it's here, it's because it's here. So the things that destroy, well, first off, the things that put good bacteria in, of course, are probiotics. Go to a place that knows what they're doing, eat the proper foods that will put it in. But today's conversation is more about how do we maintain the probiotics. It's not about putting them in totally. How do we feed this seed and keep it alive?
All right, so listen, are we being fooled by the billions of dollars in advertising with the yogurt? Because I would think that yogurt in grocery stores is one of the most highly caloric foods there is.
It is because they add sugar. And no, we're not being fooled because that's planting seeds. The fooling comes in with that we're not maintaining the seeds with fertilizer. Because the Roundup that's being sprayed on all our genetically modified foods called glyphosate is killing everything. The artificial sweeteners kill your gut bacteria. Antibiotics in meat destroy it. It's like Chernobyl after the nuclear accident.
So in other words, I'm drinking a lot of diet drinks. That's killing me.
You have nothing here that's left. Everything that grows there will be negative pathogenic bacteria because you're not implanting it, and if you do implant it, you're killing it. So Cady's going to talk about what kind of foods can we consume that will feed this super healthy bacteria that we have to have.
So once again, we have a huge party in our stomach, and we got to keep everybody happy.
Everybody. We don't mind a few unhappies, but we have to have most of them happy.
All right. Are we starting with this? Let's start with this middle one.
So
And by the way, hey, Cady.
Hi.
It's great
Thank
to
you.
see you. All right,
Yes,
go ahead.
So a couple ways to feed this good bacteria is through fermented foods. Thousands of years ago, before we had refrigerators and before we had such an industrialized society, we ate fermented foods all the time. That was our way of keeping foods fresh. So in order to feed and give the fertilizer, fermented foods are one of the best ways. We sell this at our store. It's a locally made kefir. Kefir is a fermented yogurt, so it's got lots of probiotics.
So I see that in the store. That's actually called kefir. Can I drink that?
Oh, definitely.
Is that as effective as something that's as solid as that?
Well, it will be. I mean, it depends on how it's made. It depends on how long it's been fermented, the quality of it. So we have searched and found the quality that we think is just awesome.
So how do you eat this?
I eat 2 to 4 ounces a day of this. So I'll eat it on an empty stomach in the morning or at nighttime. It's delicious. It tastes so good.
Can you put fruit in it or something?
Oh yeah, you can put fruit, granola. You can put it in a smoothie. Lots of ways to use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next thing.
The next thing is cultured vegetables. So these are fermented vegetables. So cabbage, cauliflower, you could do broccoli, you can ferment pretty much any type of vegetable. It's delicious also. I'll make a grilled cheese, put it inside the grilled cheese. It's great.
Now, it does have an odor. That's really
Well, it's cabbage.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
The
it's
fermentation
fermented,
makes it a little stronger.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
can you go and eat a pickle?
Pickles, no. They're not going to have enough fermentation.
Really?
No.
All right, what's
No.
the next thing?
It's just another flavor of the kefir. So we've got 2 different flavors at our store of this locally made kefir.
Okay, that's got to be carrot juice is one of them.
Well, these are other ways that you can feed the good bacteria. We've got a locally made juice from off Main Street, the local juice company.
Yes.
We're now selling at our store. So it's all organic, 100% cold pressed juice, so it's never been touched or cooked or anything. It's 100% raw. This is kombucha. This is another way to feed the good bacteria in your gut. It's fermented tea is what it is. So fermented tea, about 2 to 4 ounces of that daily, and that gives another good source of...
And we have that on tap at
Yeah.
the store, so we fill up bottles for people.
Yeah.
just
People
like
will
the
come
bar.
in, really?
Yes.
All right, and the 3 things at the end there, and then
And
I got
then-
to ask you some more questions.
Okay, and then last, hemp seeds, chia seeds, and this prebiotic fiber are other excellent ways to feed the good bacteria.
All right,
We'll
so
sell
this
all
is, all right, so let's just simplify this. So keeping your gut healthy, how do you start?
You start by putting the seeds in, anything that we've talked
So
about.
start with yogurt. If somebody wants to go
Yes.
to the store right now, it's a great start.
Great start, but do yogurt that has no sugar, which means plain, and no artificial sweeteners, because that's going to kill it. So we're going to plant the seeds. Secondly, realize what kills it. Anything with Roundup on it, which is all the genetically modified foods, anything that's artificial sweeteners, antibiotics, of course, the meats you're eating from every red meat in this town almost has antibiotics, and chicken has it, so it's killing it.
So do you believe the packages where it says antibiotic free?
If it says that, I do believe most of those, so I would encourage people to purchase that. And then, then the third step is, like Cady says, we must feed it, fertilize it, and keep it alive. So put it in, keep from killing more of it, and then fertilize it with this good food.
You talk a lot about liquids, but could I just eat like 3 carrots right now? Or could I just eat coleslaw or something of that to get the
Coleslaw
same benefits?
doesn't have the benefit because it's not fermented. Eating carrots is fine. This is like super carrots. I mean, I don't know, probably 8 carrots would be in here. You can't eat 8 carrots.
Okay, so go over once again what super fermented means. So how would we get that?
Well, fermentation means there's bacteria that has been in the food and it has grown to massive quantities.
Can we get rid of all this and take 1 pill?
No, you can take a pill to implant. You can't take a pill to maintain. So you have to eat foods to maintain. You have to keep taking pills to keep new seeds coming in. And then you have to watch your life because you can't be eating and drinking Diet Cokes without harm. We have a book on our site called Probiotics for Dummies, and it was written by a gastroenterologist. It's free. Just go to Nutrition W, and it has all the references. Any physician who is interested could go on here and be impressed with this book.
All right, so if I kept up with this type of diet, what's my outcome going to be? What am I going to look
Okay.
like? Is my skin going to get better?
Perfect.
Hair, nails?
Her skin has always been troubled. It has never looked better than it has the past 6 months when we got really into this.
Yeah.
So digestion, less gas, brain chemicals. When we have perfect brain chemicals, we're happier, we're more joyful, we can be more productive.
Okay, I'm going to bring it up to the first conversation you had about mental illness. What could this do for mental illness? We talked about stress, we talked about bipolar. I mean, are you going to see some positive impact here?
You can put this in your black book that Ed Jones said in 10 years to 15 years, we won't be treating mental disorders with all these high-powered drugs that are having so many side effects, because this is where it needs to be fixed, not by taking synthetics. There will always be people who will need some, but the majority of people can manage it so much better with this holistic viewpoint. Now, we do have a fermentation class coming up, and I wanted Cady to
And you're
mention-
teaching it?
No, I'm not. We have someone coming in February 23rd at 6 o'clock, and you're learning how to make your own sauerkraut. So sauerkraut's an excellent fermented food.
I love sauerkraut.
And it's,
Do you?
Yeah,
Yes.
good. Yeah. It's very simple and easy. It's just cabbage, and you leave it on your out on your cabinet for about 1 to 2 weeks and let it ferment. So we'll teach all that at the class. February 23rd.
Listen, it's great to have you here. Cady,
you.
you're excellent.
Thanks.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad you're here.
Thanks.
It must be fun to be able to work with your daughter, isn't it?
What could be any better?
Yeah, really,
I'm happy,
I agree with
happy,
you.
happy.
You're a lucky man. All right, here is the information. Once again, it is called Nutrition World. You know where it is. 2101 Lee Highway, 892-4085. Hey, look, you want to download that book he was talking about? There it is, nutritionw.com. And don't forget, the fermentation workshop is coming up on February
23rd.
23rd. Go check it out, Nutrition World. Ed,
Thank you.
thank you. Cady.
Thank you.
Excellent. We're back after this.